is bearish. But at the same time, the market structure might be forming higher highs, higher lows. So according to the market structure, the trend might be bullish. But if the pivot points are saying that the trend is bearish, so you have to, if you're using pivot trend analysis, then all I'm saying is that you have to ignore the market structure. You have to ignore the higher highs, higher lows. Okay, don't try to combine both of them. It won't work. You won't get a good accuracy. So if you are using pivot trend analysis to analyze the trend or to identify the trend, kindly ignore the market structure. Don't look at higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows, lower highs. But don't question me that here, Yash, I can see the stock is forming higher highs, higher lows. So the trend is bullish. Okay. See, why this happens is, because when you analyze a stock, right, when you analyze a certain chart, okay, you don't, the chart is not so simple. You open the chart and you can clearly see higher highs, higher lows like this, very, accurately. You don't see this, right, in the chart whenever you open a chart. It's very messy, or, it's not stable like the way it is taught to us in the books. Market does not form a structure like this very easily. It might form once a while. Otherwise, normally 90% of the times it won't form like this. Rather, what it will do, it will form two higher highs, then come down, form a lower low, then again start higher highs, again come down, form a lower low, again start. So, you cannot trade. See, because you need at least two higher highs, higher lows to confirm that the trend is bullish. And by the time in the third correction you go to buy, it already forms a lower low. So you are stuck. But what do I do? Okay. So just to overcome this, so that, you can maintain a bullish stance for a longer period of time without getting stuck in this, in this stance or in this matter, what you can do is you can use pivot trend analysis. Okay. See, nowhere I'm saying that pivot trend analysis is better than the market structure trend analysis. I'm not saying that. Okay. But these both are different ways to analyze the trend. Okay. So if you are using pivot points or the pivot strategies that I'll be teaching you right now, you have to use the pivot trend analysis and not the market structure trend analysis. Okay. So I hope I've made myself clear. Don't question me in between that the trend is bullish. I can see that. Yash, why are you saying trend is bearish? Okay, this question will come up a lot. Okay. Okay. Now let's understand basically that how do we analyze the trend? How do we identify the trend? Okay. See, it's very basic. It's very simple. There's nothing complex. Okay. It's very simple. Okay. Just hear me out for a while. Okay. This is a bullish trend. Okay. See, what is the meaning of this entire diagram that I've drawn? It's very simple. I'll give you the points as well. You can note them down. Okay, but first just hear me out what I'm trying to say. In a bullish trend, okay, S4 will never be broken. Simple as that. Just a single statement. That's it. In a bullish trend, S4 will never be broken. H4 can break, H3 can break, all that is fine. Even S3 can break towards downside, that is fine. But until and unless S4 is protected, trend will remain bullish. Okay, so make a note of this. Until S4 is protected, trend will remain bullish. Why? What was the thing that I told you on Friday? That S4 is the last line of defense for the buyers. Okay. So until the last line of defense is still intact, you cannot say downtrend has started. Okay. See, now here purposely I drew the diagram like this. See, in this diagram, you can see lower lows, lower highs as well. Correct? but still you will say that the trend is bullish. Why? Because this S4, that is the last line of defense of the buyers. Last line of buyers, S4. If that is not broken, that means buyers are still present. Market structure might be forming lower lows, lower highs for a while, but the trend is still bullish. Okay. So this is how you counter this problem. Okay. Because I'll tell you what happens is that, in longer term trend, the stock will be forming like this only. Okay. But जब ये correction आएगा ना यहाँ पे, तो ये correction छोटे टाइम फ्रेम में कैसे दिखेगा? लोअर लोज लोअर हाइज के फॉर्म में. तो अब जो लोग छोटे टाइम फ्रेम में ट्रेड कर रहे हैं उनको लगेगा डाउन ट्रेंड स्टार्ट हो चुका है, एंड दे विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग देयर बेयरिश पोजीशंस. बट ये तीन लोअर लो लोअर हाई फॉर्म करने के बाद इट विल गो एंड फॉर्म द नेक्स्ट हायर हाई. सो इट विल स्टार्ट द नेक्स्ट रैली इन द हायर टाइम फ्रेम. लोअर टाइम फ्रेम में लोगों को लगेगा कि नहीं डाउन ट्रेंड चल रहा है, इट मे कंटिन्यू फॉर अ व्हाइल. Okay, so this is what the situation is actually. Okay. Simple, nothing complex. Until S4 is protected, trend will remain bullish. It can break any level, and once S4 is broken, trend changes to bearish. Okay. Similarly, for downtrend, what will happen? H4 will never be broken. Okay. Sorry, not H, R4. Okay. Just make this difference. Not H, it's R4. R4 and R3. Here also I mentioned H3, H4. It's R3, R4. Okay. Actually, Cambrilla pivots, they are not named as R1, R2, R3, R4 or S1, S2, S3, S4. They're actually named as H1, H2, H3, H4 and L1, L2, L3, L4. Okay. But in our indicator, they have named it as normal RNS. Okay. So you can remember it as RNS only. That is fine. Okay. So you can just write down the same exact different points, like exact opposite. That is, in a downtrend, H4 will never be broken or it will be protected. Why? Because it is the last line of defense for the sellers. Okay. So until the last line of defense of sellers is not broken, we cannot say that an uptrend has started, right? Because a bunch of sellers are still waiting. They're still there. Okay. And once it breaks, trend changes to bullish. now a basic doubt should actually come that yes, we have different time frames, right? We have different time frames and we have different pivot types as well, right? We have daily, we have weekly, we have monthly, and we have yearly, right? So we have these 4 different types of pivot levels, okay? And you know that all these different types have different levels, right? Daily S3 S4 अलग होगा, weekly S3 S4 अलग होगा, monthly S3 S4 अलग होगा, right? तो since 4 different types है, तो 4 different trends भी होंगे, correct? Since you have 4 different types of pivot levels, you will have 4 trends at a certain point of time. ऐसा हो सकता है कि डेली ट्रेंड बुलिश हो, वीकली बेरिश हो, मंथली बुलिश हो, ईयरली बेरिश हो, राइट? हो सकता है ईयरली में S4 टूट गया हो बट मंथली में अभी भी प्रोटेक्टेड है. दैट कैन हैपन. सो द क्लैश कैन हैपन एक्चुअली. ओके, so at any given point of time, at any certain point of time, you will have 4 different trends available with you. Why? Because you have 4 different types of pivots. That means 4 different levels. So automatically you will have different trends at a certain point of time. Okay, but to identify the trend, which time frame would you specifically use? अभी जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं डेली लेवल्स यूज कर रहा हूँ, ये S3 S4 है एंड ये H3 H4 है, ठीक है? ये डेली लेवल्स तो हैं, गुड, वेरी गुड, बट विच टाइम फ्रेम एम आई सपोज टू यूज टू एनालाइज द ट्रेंड? सी, बिकॉज क्या हो सकता है कि 5 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम में इट गिव यू अ ब्रेकआउट लाइक दिस, बट 15 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम में इट केम डाउन एंड देन फेल ऑफ. तो 5 मिनट का टाइम फ्रेम क्या बता रहा है? ट्रेंड हैज चेंज टू बुलिश, but 15 minutes is telling you that the trend has not changed bullish, even though the levels are same. So which time frame should I give more preference to in this case? Should I give more preference to 5 minutes or 15 minutes? So for that, just note down the time frames that you'll use to identify the trends. So if you're using daily levels, then you're supposed to use 15-minute time frame to analyze the trend. तो अगर ट्रेंड को चेंज होना है तो यू नीड अ 15-minute क्लोज above H4 या 15-minute close below S4 to say that the trend has changed. Okay, यहाँ पे you won't see 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So even though I've told you कि if you're using a time frame such as 5-minute time frame, तो उसमें use daily pivots. This I've told you on Friday. But trend identification के लिए कौन सा exact time frame use करना है, that is what I'm telling you here. So to identify or to analyze trend of daily pivots, you will use 15-minute time frame. For weekly pivots, you will use 1 hour time frame. So that means you need a 1 hour close above weekly R4 or below weekly S4. Okay. Same thing for monthly as well. For monthly, you will use daily time frame, and for yearly, you will use 1 week time frame. Okay, so there's a doubt that on 1 day time frame Nifty has broken S4 2-3 times, but it bounces back quickly. Still, it is bullish, right? No, how can it be bullish? यहाँ पे the first line that I told you for a bullish trend is until S4 is protected. S4 is broken, trend changes to bearish. So please write down these points. Okay, यहाँ पे clearly answer है. S4 is broken, trend changes to bearish. Even though ये S4 टूट के it went up, trend will remain bearish. Till when will it remain bearish? Can anyone tell me? S4 toota, it came down and now it has gone up. So till when will the trend remain bearish? Anyone? Until R4 is broken. Correct. ठीक है? So even if S4 टूट गया है and it has bounced up, does not mean trend has changed to bullish. According to market structure, yes, it might have. But according to the pivot trend analysis, it is still bearish. Okay. ठीक है, simple है. So let's analyze the trends a little here. So I'll ask you. You tell me. What is the trend? Okay. So right now, currently in Bank Nifty, this is 15-minute time frame. and these as you can see are daily pivot levels. So right now, what is the trend in Bank Nifty? The daily trend. Pivots are Camarilla, not standard. Okay. It's bullish, right? Why is it bullish? Because you can see that S4 is protected, and last time क्या टूटा था? H4 टूटा था. So since then, S4 has been protected. S4 is not broken. So trend is bullish. Simple. ठीक है? अगर एक और hack चाहिए, you want another hack to just make this very simple, you can just remember this with one line. Okay, I'll tell you that trend will be bullish. Okay, or just write it in this way, ki just check, write down this pointer, just check what was broken recently. If H4 was broken recently, trend bullish. H4 means R4. Okay, sorry. If S4 was broken recently, trend is bearish. Simple. This is the easiest way, the easiest hack to identify any trend. Just check what was broken recently. Okay, just the opposite way. Okay, so this is the easiest hack that I can give you in a single line. Just check what was broken recently. If R4, trend bullish. If S4, trend bearish. Simple as that. Okay. Simple, nothing complex. So here, as I can see, what was broken very recently? R4. So trend is bullish. Okay, and since then nothing, L4 has not been broken. L4, I mean S4. Okay. Okay. So this is the daily trend of Bank Nifty. Now tell me, what is the weekly trend of Bank Nifty? This is in front of you now. Bullish. See, this is the question if neither breaks for few sessions. Okay, see, look at the terms I've used. Recently. Okay, what is the term I've used? Recently. So अगर पिछले 10 session में भी nothing has been broken, neither R4 nor S4. So what was broken in the 11th last session? You will check that. So that's why, just look at these, every term that I'm using, give it very specific importance. Okay. So recently जो भी टूटा, अगर पिछले 10 सेशन में कुछ नहीं टूटा, तो 11 सेशन पहले जाओ. Okay. Simple. So weekly is also bullish, correct? Okay. How is it bullish? Simple way. Don't overcomplicate it. If I have to check, तुरंत मेरे को बताना है किसी को, या तुरंत I have to analyze this. I'll just see what was broken recently. I can see previous week H4 was broken, so trend is bullish. And you can see since then S4 was not broken, so trend is bullish. Simple as that. Okay. So daily is bullish, weekly is bullish. Let's check the monthly. So this is your monthly. Okay. So now tell me, what is the monthly trend in Bank Nifty?
Bearish.
So Abha and Arjun are wrong. Okay. Rest all are correct. Okay. So it's clearly bearish. अभी मैंने बताया, just check what was broken recently. Recently क्या टूटा था यहाँ पे? S4 टूटा था. Okay, someone asked this question to me, right? कि S4 टूट के if you see a sudden buying, तो क्या ट्रेंड बुलिश हो जाएगा? नहीं होगा. अगर ट्रेंड को बुलिश होना है तो it has to break H4, and it was not able to break H4. This is why I'm saying, repeatedly, कि this is the last line of defense for the sellers. यहाँ से sellers आएंगे, and वही हुआ है. बैंक निफ्टी आया यहाँ तक, यहाँ से sellers आ गए. तो जो यहाँ पे बाय कर रहा था वो फंस गया. सिंपल सी बात है. Okay. So this is the last line of defense. यहाँ से sellers आएंगे, they will try to keep the price down. They'll try to sell from there. So you have to be careful there. So you have to wait कि let the buyers show कि ठीक है, we have overcome the sellers now. Then you can say trend is bullish. Then do whatever you want. Okay. So note this down. Similarly, let's check for yearly as well. Okay. So what is the now tell me, what is the yearly trend of Bank Nifty? I want to see the answer here.
Bullish.
Arjun says bullish. Everyone says bullish. Okay. Okay, Yashwant has said bearish. If anyone is saying bearish, just tell me why. Suraj, you can't tell. You are an old client, so don't answer. Any new client can answer why bearish. If bearish, then why? Correct, no close. Okay, perfect, Devang. Okay, perfect. Perfect, Yashwant, because it did not close above R4. Okay, see, again, whatever the terms I'm using, use, listen to them, just note them down perfectly. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या मैंने लिखा है? Once it breaks, ठीक है, once it closes, okay, open उसके ऊपर हो गया तो we don't consider कि it has been broken, okay. In your some of the people might say it is broken, okay, but for us the important thing is the close. You need a close above that level. ठीक है, see again I've been saying this thing from the start. अब for example ये pivot level है, ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि support resistance का that I've told you from starting कि जो selling है that will always start exactly from 40,336. नहीं, this will become a zone. ठीक है, sellers इसके आसपास रहते हैं. Okay, so you have to wait for a proper closing above that, and see, try to understand. This is कि अभी तक bearish था trend क्योंकि यहाँ पे कोविड के टाइम पे S4 टूटा, it went all the way down till here, formed a double bottom, and then it became bullish. Okay, so try to understand, if it closes above H4, okay, H4 means R4, that is the reversal of a yearly trend, and this is the biggest trend out of all. तो अगर वो ट्रेंड रिवर्स हो रहा है तो क्या ओपनिंग के बेसिस पे यू विल जज दैट द ट्रेंड हैज रिवर्स्ड? डोंट यू थिंक सिंस इट्स द बिगेस्ट ट्रेंड अवेलेबल you have to wait for a proper confirmation, because since it is the biggest trend, yearly trend, so just opening above at R4, you will take it as a sign or an indication that the trend has reversed. Okay, थोड़ा और confirmation चाहिए, you can use monthly time frame. ठीक है, monthly time frame में you will see perfectly कि closed below down. ठीक है, so yes, I've said that use weekly to identify the trend, but अगर कभी-कभी थोड़ा इधर-उधर होता है, since this is the biggest trend, so you have to be very careful with it. Okay, since this is the biggest trend, give it more importance. Okay, इसको change होने में it will take time, and if it changes, then that's a very bullish sign. Okay, then for a few years trend can remain bullish, or every correction till S3 S4 will bring a very good move. Okay, तो यही हुआ. यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? Trend became bearish, index came all the way till our resistance zone. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा? Since trend is bearish, तो एक तो I've already told you that this is the resistance zone. If the trend is bullish or bearish, whatever it is, I've told you this is your resistance, this is your support. ठीक है? This everyone knows. This is your resistance, this is your support. But अगर trend bearish है, if the trend is bearish, then resistance becomes twice powerful. It becomes 2x powerful. Why? Because the trend is bearish. तो यहां से सेलिंग आने के या रिवर्सल आने के चांसेस आर स्काई हाई. Okay, similarly, if the trend is bullish, then your support zone becomes 2x powerful. तो यहां से रिवर्सल आने के चांसेस आर स्काई हाई. सिंपल लॉजिक है, नथिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स. आई विल रिपीट दिस अगेन. ओके, इफ द ट्रेंड इज बेरिश, ठीक है, देखो अभी तक व्हाट यू नो दैट दिस इज योर रेजिस्टेंस जोन, करेक्ट, एंड दिस इज योर सपोर्ट जोन. बट इफ द, अगेन आई एम pointing this, note it down if you want. If the trend is bearish, resistance zone becomes twice powerful. This will act as a very strong resistance. इसको तोड़ना will be very difficult. See, I'm not saying it cannot break, it can break, but it will be very difficult. There is a higher chance of a reversal rather than a breakout. Okay, so this resistance zone will become twice powerful in a downtrend, and this support zone will become twice powerful in an uptrend. ठीक है, इससे बेसिक वे में और नहीं बता सकता मैं. सिंपल है. तो अब हो क्या रहा है बैंक निफ्टी में? ये रेजिस्टेंस जोन है पिछले साल का, बैंक निफ्टी इसको नहीं तोड़ पाया. एक बार आया बिग सेल ऑफ, यू कैन सी दिस, ठीक है. एंड आई थिंक समवन हैड आस्क्ड मी दिस ऑन फ्राइडे डाउट सेशन, एंड आई हैड टोल्ड दिस थिंग कि अगर ट्रेंड बेरिश है, ट्रेंड नया नया बेरिश है, यहाँ पे ये सबको दिख रहा है, ये नया नया ट्रेंड बेरिश है. Why am I saying this? This is the new bearish trend. क्योंकि उससे पहले यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा है R4 टूटा था, तो ट्रेंड बुलिश था पहले. यहाँ पे ट्रेंड बेरिश हुआ, so it was a new trend that was bearish. ये नया ट्रेंड है. इसी साल ट्रेंड बेरिश हुआ, उससे पहले बुलिश था. सिंपल. तो जब ट्रेंड नया नया बेरिश होता है, okay, when the trend is newly bearish and the first time it comes to the resistance zone, first time, as soon as it comes to the resistance zone, it will face a big sell-off. And when I say resistance zone, I'm specifically talking about R3. R3 के आसपास से you will see a big sell-off. The first time. ट्रेंड नया नया बेरिश हुआ, ठीक है, एंड पहली बार ये रेजिस्टेंस जोन पे आया, तो रेजिस्टेंस जोन के R3 से ही there will be a big sell-off. क्यों? Because people will consider this as the first pullback. तो first pullback में there will be heavy selling. Second time उतना नहीं होगा, ठीक है, होगा. I'm not saying कि नहीं हो सकता है, but ये जो चीज है ना, this what I'm telling you, this is very powerful. This is one of my personal best and favorite strategies. Has given me a lot of profits in my career. Note this down. Check the accuracy of this. Check the accuracy of this. And if it is less than 70%, ठीक है, come and talk to me. Or show me if it is less than 70%. This is the best thing that I can give you. Okay, and you'll not find this anywhere. You'll not find this in the Pivot Boss book that I've told you. You'll not find this in any pivot book. You'll not find this on YouTube. You'll not find this anywhere. Because this is something that I've seen in the markets again and again and again. And that's how I came up with this conclusion. I saw it once, I saw it twice, I saw it 50 times. And that's how I made this as a strategy. Okay? In different books, in different pivot books, what you will find is they'll just tell you कि ये resistance zone है, अगर trend bearish है तो यहाँ से sell off आएगा. They'll just tell you that. But nowhere, no one will mention कि जो first pullback आता है उसमें sell off आने के chances are sky high. उसमें sell off आने के chances are close to 80 to 90%. And you can randomly just take a selling trade with a very high accuracy. ठीक है? So this is one of my personal and the favorite and the best strategy that I'm giving you. Okay? Make a note of this. It's simple, कुछ complex नहीं है, बहुत basic है. ठीक है? अगर किसी को doubt है कि कहाँ पे SL आएगा, तो I think वो क्वेश्चन होना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि सिंपल सी बात है, रेजिस्टेंस जोन है तो कहाँ आएगा एसएल? रेजिस्टेंस के ऊपर आएगा, दिस विल बी योर एसएल. ओके, टारगेट इज ओपन एंडेड, व्हाटएवर यू वांट टू टेक द टारगेट. ओके, सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द स्पेसिफिक and one of the best strategies that I've used or I'm using. Okay, so note it down and use it accordingly. Okay, ठीक है. अब सेकेंड टाइम थर्ड टाइम आता है, सेल ऑफ आ सकता है, आई एम नॉट सेइंग नो. ओके, बट स्ट्रैटेजी फर्स्ट वाले को लेके ही है, क्योंकि फर्स्ट पुल बैक हमेशा स्ट्रांगली सेल ऑफ आता है. या फिर अगर ट्रेंड बुलिश चल रहा है एंड द फर्स्ट करेक्शन दैट विल कम टू दिस सपोर्ट जोन, that will pakka you will see a buying from there for sure. Just make sure that the trend has to be newly bullish, and pehla correction to our support zone will be bought into for sure. Okay, I'll show you examples, I'll show you a lot of examples iske. ठीक है, तो ये सबको क्लियर है. फिर क्या हुआ, सेकेंड टाइम भी बैंक निफ्टी came to break this but it could not, बड़ा सेल ऑफ। फिर से क्या हुआ, फिर से बैंक निफ्टी इस साल भी रेजिस्टेंस जोन के पास आया, यू नो ट्रेंड इज बेरिश, इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट फॉर इट टू ब्रेक, सेल ऑफ। एक बार, दो बार, फिर से सेल ऑफ। ओके, so this is how you will identify trend, and this is how you will, you know, have a view accordingly. Okay, one thing I'll tell you is that the best place to sell, what do you think is the best place to sell? Anyone? If for example trend is bearish, ठीक है, trend bearish है, I have told you if the trend is bearish, what will you do? You will sell in the resistance zone, correct? But what is the best place to sell? R4, not round number, R4, ठीक है, simple. Why R4? क्योंकि R4 के पास if you are selling, you know your stop loss is minimum. क्योंकि R4 टूटा, trend changes to bullish, so you have to exit, you cannot do anything else. So the best place to sell is near R4. Why? Because your risk to reward ratio is sky high there. You can get a risk to reward ratio वहाँ पे close to 1:5, 1:7 very easily. अब for example you would have sold here, यहाँ पे clearly you are seeing a bearish engulfing, you know this is your resistance zone, इसको तोड़ना बहुत मुश्किल है, ऊपर से this is your yearly trend, you sell here, stop loss इसके ऊपर आ गया, look at the risk to reward ratio you have received, easily 1:3, 1:2, 1:2.5, ये तो फिर भी कम है. You'll see it in the normal charts and everything. Now you'll get a very big SL, you'll get a very good risk reward ratio if you're selling near R4 or very close to R4. You'll get a very good risk to reward ratio. And if you just simply trade this single strategy, I don't know how you can be a losing trader. I don't know how. Okay, theoretically you know you cannot be a losing trader if you just simply follow this strategy. I'm telling you your risk to reward ratio will be easily 1:4, 1:5. अगर इतना risk to reward ratio मिल रहा है on an average, so what is the accuracy needed to be profitable? Can anyone tell me? It's 20, close to 20. And इसकी accuracy क्या है? What I have told you, it's of whatever it is. I'm telling it to you according to my experience कि 70% है, उसका आधा भी ले लो 35%, फिर भी you are profitable. So tell me, how can you be a losing trader in the market still? ठीक है, तो ये बेसिक सी चीजें हैं, ये कुछ सिंपल सी चीजें हैं, ठीक है. It took me a lot of while to understand these basic things in the market कि if you just look at your risk to reward ratio and if you try to sell the resistance by the support, ठीक है, I think you go and open any Jesse Livermore book, read it, okay, and he says only one thing: the hack of stock market is sell the resistance by the support. Simple. देखो ये support है, यहाँ पे यू आर बाइंग, ये एसएल है, ये तुम्हारा रिस्क है, रिवॉर्ड इज ओपन एंडेड. अगर यहाँ से ट्रेंड रिवर्सल आया तो बड़ा ऊपर जाएगा, राइट? सो रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड रेशियो इज खराब से खराब रिस्क टू रिवॉर्ड रेशियो भी ले लो, 1:3 ओनली मैं ले रहा हूँ फॉर एग्जाम्पल. सो टू बी प्रॉफिटेबल इन दिस यू जस्ट नीड एन एक्यूरेसी ऑफ मोर देन 33%. एंड इज दिस गिविंग एन एक्यूरेसी ऑफ मोर देन 33%? वेरी इजीली. ये तो चलो फिर भी मैं नॉर्मल सपोर्ट की बात कर रहा हूँ, मैनुअल सपोर्ट है ये. यू मेक दिस सपोर्ट एज अ पिवट, यू नो द एक्यूरेसी ऑफ पिवट आई हैव शोन यू. फ्राइडे को वी सॉ हाउ बॉटम्स एग्जैक्टली पिवट्स पे बनते हैं, हाउ टॉप्स एग्जैक्टली पिवट्स पे बनते हैं. आई हैव शोन यू 70 to 80% ऑफ द टाइम्स टॉप्स एंड बॉटम्स इन्हीं पे बनते हैं. तो लगाओ ना ये स्ट्रेटजी, बाय द सपोर्ट सेल द रेजिस्टेंस, क्या दिक्कत है? ठीक है, थियरेटिकली you're understanding कि it is possible not to be a losing trader using this strategy. ठीक है, practically थोड़ी problems आएंगी. It's not that simple कि मैंने ये दे दिया कल से करोड़ों छापोगे. That's not possible. But theoretically it is looking to you that it is possible. Practically start using these strategies that I'm giving you from today, and slowly you will get a good grip of it. Okay. Now I'll show you a couple of examples of the thing that I was telling you. ठीक है, let's take the 15-minute time frame for example. Okay, ठीक है, now look at this, ठीक है, मैं कुछ नहीं कह रहा, look at this is in front of you. ट्रेंड यहाँ पे नया बुलिश हुआ था, करेक्ट? व्हाई आई एम सेइंग दैट, बिकॉज यहाँ पे ट्रेंड वाज बेरिश, क्यों? क्योंकि L4 टूटा था, ठीक है। यहाँ पे नया बुलिश हुआ, ओके। क्या होगा उसकी वजह से? द फर्स्ट करेक्शन दैट कम्स टू योर सपोर्ट जोन विल बी बॉट इनटू, ठीक है। तो एज यू कैन सी, एज सून एज इट केम टू S3, अगेन इसके पास ज्यादा टाइम नहीं बचा था, ठीक है। दैट्स व्हाई बहुत बड़ा यू कुडंट गेट अ बिग रिवर्सल, बट मोर और लेस यहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस बाइंग हुई, ठीक है। अगले दिन वो ऊपर गया, ओके। यहाँ पे इसलिए आई थिंक द रीजन इट डिडंट गिव यू वेरी बिग प्रॉफिट इज बिकॉज टाइम बहुत कम था, बिकॉज दिस केम एट 2:15 2:30, तो हार्डली आधा एक घंटा बचा है मार्केट के पास, सो इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 2:30 के आसपास पीपल स्टार्ट बुकिंग देयर पोजीशंस, ठीक है। तो लेट्स सी सम मोर एग्जांपल्स. Let me show you some weekly examples as well. Right now I'm waiting for Bank Nifty to come to this. I have not initiated any trade today as well, and I'm just waiting for Bank Nifty to come here. I was waiting for it today as well कि यहाँ पे आएगा and I'll initiate a buying position. Why will I do that? Because यहाँ पे सबको दिख रहा है trend was एक second, यहाँ पे trend was bearish, ठीक है. I'll come to this. Now some of you will say, Yash, trend changed to bullish here, right? Why are you saying it is still bearish? Okay, I'll come to that. Okay, I'll come to this why. But remember, right now the trend is still bearish. Trend is bearish. Okay, this is when the trend changed to bullish. Okay, and since then it has not given us the first correction till S3 S4. Okay. Okay. Now coming to this question, ki why is the trend bearish? You said, Yash, ki H4 टूटा, R4 टूटा, तो ट्रेंड बुलिश हो जाता है. तो यहाँ पे तो R4 टूट गया, ठीक है, बट उसके बाद मार्केट गिर गई, ओके. तो चलो मार्केट गिर भी गई, बट आई शुड स्टिल से दैट द ट्रेंड इज बुलिश, राइट? व्हाई आर यू सेइंग इट इज बेरिश? ओके, लेट मी टेल यू व्हाई. ओके, देखो, अगर H4 टूटता है, R4 टूटता है, ठीक है, ट्रेंड बुलिश हो जाता है, दैट्स करेक्ट. बट उसके बाद व्हाट यू नीड टू सी इज, यू नीड टू सी कि वेदर R5 जो है वो अचीव हो रहा है कि नहीं, ठीक है. R5 शुड गेट अचीव्ड फॉर यू टू कंफर्म कि ट्रेंड करेक्टली प्रॉपरली बुलिश हो चुका है. यहां पे क्या हुआ? इट ब्रोक R4, ओके, एंड व्हाट हैपेंड? उसके बाद इट केम डाउन. इस हफ्ते में भी R5 नहीं अचीव हुआ, नेक्स्ट हफ्ते में भी ये सेम लेवल जो है R5 का वो अचीव नहीं हुआ. सो ट्रेंड विल स्टिल रिमेन बेरिश. Do you get my point? अगर R4 टूटा है, कोई भी टाइम फ्रेम हो, चाहे 15 मिनट्स हो, चाहे डेली लेवल्स हो, वीकली हो, मंथली हो या ईयरली हो, if R4 is broken, then the stock or index or whatever it is, it should achieve R5 either in this session or in the next session. अब next session का मतलब ये नहीं कि next session का R5 उसको अचीव करना है, no. उसको ये सेम लेवल अचीव करना है ऑफ द प्रीवियस वीक, ठीक है. अगर ये चीज नहीं होती है तो वी विल से ट्रेंड इज स्टिल बेरिश, क्योंकि फॉलो ऑन नहीं है. बायर्स ने कोशिश जरूर करी टू ओवरकम दीज सेलर्स, बट वी डिड नॉट गेट द फॉलो ऑन. तो जब तक फॉलो ऑन नहीं आता है टिल R5, यू विल नॉट से ट्रेंड हैज टर्न टू bullish. Okay. सेम थिंग बेरिश के लिए भी होगा. अगर ट्रेंड इज चेंजिंग टू बेरिश, तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि ये जो है S5, दिस शुड गेट अचीव्ड ईदर इस हफ्ते में, ईदर इन दिस सेशन और इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन, ठीक है. ओके, I'll show you one example. हाँ, जैसे यहाँ पे सी ट्रेंड turned newly bearish, right? As you can see यहाँ पे, यहाँ तक bullish था, right? ये ब्रेक किया but it did not achieve this correct properly, right? तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा? ट्रेंड turn to bearish. ये देखो, ये आपका first pullback. Look at the reversal, dot reversal from R3. ठीक है, why? Because this is the first pullback, उसके बाद डाउन ट्रेंड continued for a while. Okay, so this first pullback strategy is quite accurate. Look at this. ठीक है, देखो यहाँ तक ट्रेंड बेरिश था. ओके, देन यहाँ पे टर्न बुलिश. करेक्ट, यहाँ तक बेरिश था, यहाँ पे टर्न बुलिश. ओके, फर्स्ट करेक्शन इस हफ्ते नहीं आया बट इस हफ्ते आया. एंड लुक एट द डॉट रिवर्सल फ्रॉम S3. This is your S3. First correction, boom. Okay. So it works good. It works pretty well. Okay, not 100% accurate, but seven to 8 times it works. 7 times at least it works. Okay, out of 10. Look at this. Okay, trend यहाँ पे bullish था, correct? Turned into bearish. Okay, first correction, first pullback to R3. Look at the sell-off. Okay, take a look at this as well. Bearish turn to bullish, first correction up. Okay, okay, see, it will be a little difficult for you right now to analyze the trend or to do all this very easily the way I'm doing. Okay, because I've been doing this since a lot of time, so it is very easy for me to analyze the trend quickly, check the correction, check the pullback, and do all this very quickly. Okay, for you it will take some time. Okay, so don't worry about that. Analyze charts. Okay, look at them. You'll have certain doubts about them. Okay, which is good. You should have such doubts and then come back to me. Ki Yash, what do we do in this situation, or what do we do in that situation? Okay, but those doubts will only come if you practice them, if you try them on the chart. Okay, so it will take time. If you're not getting the hang of it right now, don't worry. Okay, slowly and steadily you will get it. Okay, so abhi tak as such I have not given you an official strategy. I've just told you one small strategy which is good enough. Okay, that is selling the first pullback or buying the first correction in a new trend. Okay, if you want, note it down. What I've given to you till now is selling the first pullback or buying the first correction in a new trend. Okay, this new trend is very important. Otherwise, you will end up buying every correction to S3. And what else have we learned? That if the trend is bullish, what will happen? S3, S4, they will become very strong support zones. So what you can do, you can look for a long opportunity there. Okay, whenever, if the trend is bullish, whenever the index or stock comes to S3, S4, you can expect a reversal. But if the trend is bullish, don't look to sell at R3, R4. Don't do that. Don't sell. If the trend is bullish, we will only look for long positions. So what we'll do, we'll buy the corrections. Okay, we'll buy near support zone. SL obviously basic है, common sense, below S4. क्योंकि S4 टूटा, trend will turn into bearish. Simple. Okay, so we'll buy the correction if the trend is bullish like this. Okay, if the trend is bearish, we will sell the pullbacks. So this is like selling the second pullback or third pullback. If you're selling the first pullback, then that is our first strategy, this, which is very powerful. Okay. So doesn't mean you cannot sell the second pullback or you cannot buy the second correction or third correction. You can do that. Okay. But remember, it won't be that accurate. Okay. It will be good. Okay. It will give you an accuracy of 60 to 70%. But first correction, first pullback will give you an accuracy of close to 70%. Okay. So this is your two basic, actually it is one strategy only. There's the two parts of it. Okay. If you're buying the first one or the second one. Okay. Okay, I'll show some examples in stocks as well. Let's take, for example, do the candle pattern here. See, candle, you can use the candle patterns as well. See again, it's basic common sense. Okay. यहाँ पे what are you looking for? You're looking for trend reversal, right? Trend reversal कैसे identify करते हैं? Candlestick patterns or any candle that tells you, gives you the confirmation that sellers are taking over the control. Okay. Okay, let's take Infosys itself. Okay, trend was bullish here, right? Trend was bullish here, ठीक है? तो you will not sell this. यहाँ पे resistance zone है, sell नहीं करना है. Why? Because the trend is bullish. You won't sell here, you won't sell here, you won't sell here. What you'll do, you'll buy here. जैसे ही आया, you'll take your long position and look at this. ठीक है? फिर क्या हुआ? It came the next week as well. But इस बार क्या हुआ? It broke. ब्रेक हुआ, S5 अचीव हो गया, ट्रेंड हैज टर्न टू बेरिश नाउ. ठीक है, सिंस ट्रेंड अब बेरिश हो गया, व्हाट विल डू इन Infosys नाउ, वी विल वेट फॉर इट टू कम टू आवर रेजिस्टेंस जोन. सो वी विल वेट फॉर द पुल बैक आया, वी विल टेक अ शॉर्ट पोजीशन SL अबव R4, सिंपल. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे यू वोंट लुक टू बाय इवन दो यू नो दिस इज योर सपोर्ट जोन. यहाँ से रिवर्सल आ सकता है. ओके, मार्केट अभी जैसे यू कैन सी Infosys इज एग्जैक्टली स्टॉपिंग एट आवर लेवल, राइट? सो डजंट मीन यू बाय. इफ यू वांट यू कैन बाय, बट रिमेंबर एक्यूरेसी विल बी वेरी लो. इट विल बी क्लोज टू 50%. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज अगेंस्ट द ट्रेंड, बिकॉज द ट्रेंड इज बेरिश. सो बाइंग इन अ डाउन ट्रेंड can work, but accuracy will be quite low. So that's why I'm not suggesting it. Okay, but this can act as support and यहाँ से एक reversal आ सकता है. But better ये है कि you go for a strategy which has higher accuracy and which is with the trend as well. That will offer you better things. Okay. So look at this trend, यहाँ पे bullish हो गया था, ठीक है? So what we'll do, we'll buy in the support zone. ये support zone पे आया ऊपर, support zone पे आया ऊपर, सपोर्ट जोन पे आया ऊपर, सपोर्ट जोन ऊपर. सो यहाँ पे देखो 1 2 3 4 ट्रेड्स यू गॉट इन अ रो विद 100% एक्यूरेसी. चारों में यू गॉट प्रॉफिट. ओके, फिर क्या हुआ? इट वेंट अप अगेन, देन दिस इज द टाइम इट केम अगेन एंड देन इट ब्रोक इट. ओके, तो यहाँ पे थ्रू आउट ट्रेंड वाज बुलिश. व्हाई? बिकॉज L4 or your S4 was protected. ठीक है, and specifically ये जो opportunity थी ना यहाँ पे, this opportunity, these were really good opportunities. Why? Because you're getting to buy it exactly near S4. तो यहाँ buy कर रहे हो, for example after the doji, this is your SL, and look at the, I'll just zoom in and exactly show you the risk reward ratio that you could have made here. ठीक है. So for example, you look to go long here. You see your doji has been made and you're kind of bullish. You want to take a risk. Okay? You'll place your SL here. Because S4 टूटा, you have to exit. So this is your risk. And look at the reward that you have got. Okay, what is this risk to reward? Even I think close to 1:5. Okay, and you get one such trade, you are set, because even if the next 4 trades fail, you'll still be break even, and next 4 trades are not going to fail, because yahin pe I have shown you that 4 trades have worked, right? Clearly yahan pe 4 trades kaam kiye, so accuracy is already quite high. Okay, let's go further back. यहाँ पे ट्रेंड बुलिश था, राइट? एज यू कैन सी the trend was bullish. Support zone reversal, support zone reversal, reversal, reversal. ठीक है, then it broke it and trend turned into bearish. ठीक है, फिर क्या हुआ? अब यहाँ पे ट्रेंड bearish हो गया. It came to a resistance zone. Yes, you could have taken a selling position. Okay, क्योंकि ट्रेंड bearish है, resistance zone पे आ गया, so you could have taken a short with SL here, which was triggered. So take this loss, move out. Okay, you have to take this loss and move out. Hold करके मत बैठना. अगर R4 टूट चुका है, if you see a closing above R4, take it, exit it. ठीक है, take your SL and move out. Hold करके मत बैठना, क्योंकि फिर क्या होगा कि because the stock will try to go and achieve your R5, which is also a strategy I'll be giving either mostly tomorrow. Okay, this strategy, breakout strategy. Today we are discussing the reversals. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss the breakouts and all those things. Okay, तो यहाँ पे don't sit. ये loss हुआ, निकल जाओ. And this is what trading is all about. You made 3 consecutive profits here. एक loss आएगा, उसको लेके निकल जाओ चुपचाप. Don't sit and hold. Don't let that single loss take out all the 3 entire trades profits. Okay, एक ऐसा टाइम आएगा जहां पे you will get 4 consecutive profitable trades and which will cover all the possible losses. Okay, तो उसके बाद अगर एक लॉस आता भी है, take it and move out. Okay, ठीक है, so I think it's pretty much clear now. Okay, fine. So this is clear. Trend is bearish, bullish. Simple है यार, I have not taught any astrophysics here. बहुत simple सी चीज है, सब लिखा के I have taught you, right? So if you just read it as well what you have written, you will understand it. It's very basic. Okay, ठीक है, so ये reversals हो गया. I'll teach you breakout tomorrow. R5 breakout, R5 H5 breakout. Those 2 strategies I'll teach you tomorrow. Reversals के लिए I think इतना काफी है. Just one more thing before I finish it off. Okay, ये तो सबको clear हो गया, right? This is clear. Okay, now what you will do is, जैसे for example, अभी जैसे let's take Bank Nifty for example. Okay, listen to me very carefully. Okay, अभी जैसे ये 1 hour time frame है. This is my weekly trend. Okay, तो यहाँ पे वीकली ट्रेंड क्या है? बुलिश है राइट नाउ. ठीक है, तो अगर वीकली ट्रेंड बुलिश है तो व्हाट यू विल डू, यू विल वेट फॉर इंडेक्स टू कम एट आवर सपोर्ट जोन. जैसे मैंने कहा, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर द इंडेक्स टू कम एट सपोर्ट जोन. क्यों? क्योंकि ये फर्स्ट करेक्शन होगा आफ्टर द बुलिश ट्रेंड. ये फर्स्ट करेक्शन होगा यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ से इस जोन से रिवर्सल आना इज हाईली प्रोबेबल. तो आई एम गोइंग टू शॉर्ट पुट्स. मैं अभी से बता रहा हूँ कि आई एम गोइंग टू डू दिस. इफ यू वांट टू कॉपी दिस ट्रेड, कॉपी इट. ओके, सो बैंक निफ्टी इस हफ्ते इस जोन में आया. I'm going to short puts mostly of 37,000, थोड़ा safe खेलने के लिए. Once I get a more good confirmation, I'll go up. Okay, this is a trade that I'm giving you. If you want, use it. Not 100%. ऐसा नहीं है कि this will give you profit. ठीक है. Remember, अगर ये break हुआ तो you have to take the SLN. Okay, so this is something I'm going to do. If you want to do it as well, you can do it. You're open to doing it. ठीक है. But I'm going to short options. Okay, so you see what you want to do. Okay, ठीक है. Now coming back to this. तो सी राइट नाउ द ट्रेंड इज बुलिश. तो अगर ट्रेंड बुलिश है तो हम क्या करेंगे? वील वेट फॉर द इंडेक्स और स्टॉक टू कम एट द सपोर्ट जोन एंड देन वील लुक फॉर अ लॉन्ग पोजीशन. दैट इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू ट्रेड द रिवर्सल्स विद एसएल बिलो S4. ठीक है, क्लियर है, बेसिक है, सबको सिंपल है. ठीक है, तो ये तो हो गया 1 hour टाइम फ्रेम का. ठीक है, अब फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम ट्रेडिंग इन 15 minute टाइम फ्रेम. अब 15 minute टाइम फ्रेम में व्हाट डू आई सी कि 15 minute टाइम फ्रेम में भी ट्रेंड बुलिश है, राइट? यहाँ पे बुलिश हो गया था ट्रेंड. तो व्हाट आई विल डू, जब इंडेक्स विल कम एट आवर सपोर्ट जोन, आई विल लुक टू बाय. ठीक है, इस दिन आया रिवर्सल, आज भी आया रिवर्सल, अगेन यहाँ पे आया, इट स्टॉप्ड. ठीक है, तो टुडे एज वेल इन बैंक निफ्टी आई कुड हैव टेकन अ लॉन्ग पोजीशन हियर. जैसे मुझे कोई भी कंफर्मेशन मिला, एनीथिंग, if you want to buy it blindly as well without looking at any candlestick pattern, you are open to doing it. ठीक है, you want to buy it blindly as well, you are open to doing it. I'm not stopping you from that. If you want, you do it, but remember it will be risky. तो what you can do कि छोटे टाइम फ्रेम में कोई पैटर्न ढूंढ लिया, 5 मिनट के टाइम फ्रेम में any good pattern you see. ठीक है, मेरे लिए I see a doji here, that is enough for me. ठीक है, in such cases I don't wait for a doji का भी confirmation, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी आई नो दिस इज माय सपोर्ट जोन, यहाँ से रिवर्सल आना ही आना है, तो मैं ये कंफर्मेशन लेके क्या करूँ? व्हाई विल आई स्पॉइल माय रिस्क रिवॉर्ड रेशियो? आई विल टेक दिस प्रॉफिट एज वेल. ठीक है, so that is how I do it. You want to take confirmation, okay. You don't want to take confirmation, that is also okay. Remember, everything has its consequences. Okay, ठीक है. Now talking about this, so you could have gone long here. You know trend is bullish, तो support zone से reversal आएगा, you go long. ठीक है, fine. Similarly, अभी जैसे यहाँ पे you saw trend turn to bearish. ठीक है, and why am I saying this bearish? जैसा मैंने कहा, यहाँ पे S4 टूटा. ठीक है, S5 अचीव हुआ, हो गया कब? नेक्स्ट डे. तो दिस इज व्हाट आई सेड, अगर ट्रेंड रिवर्स हो रहा है, see यहाँ पे ट्रेंड बुलिश था पहले, यहाँ पे इट इज रिवर्सिंग टू बेरिश ट्रेंड. तो अगर कंफर्म करना है दैट द ट्रेंड इज टर्निंग टू बेरिश, S4 तो टूटना ही टूटना चाहिए, करेक्ट. यू हैव टू मेक श्योर कि S5 का जो लेवल है वो अचीव होना चाहिए. तो इस दिन तो नहीं हो पाया क्योंकि मार्केट क्लोज हो गई, बट अगले दिन लुक एट दिस, द वे दिस लेवल वाज रिस्पेक्टेड, तो अगले दिन अचीव हो गया. सो आई विल से ट्रेंड हैज टर्न टू बेरिश. अगले दिन, उसके अगले दिन क्या हुआ? इट टर्न टू बुलिश एंड R5 भी अचीव हुआ, सो ट्रेंड इज बुलिश. सो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर अगर ट्रेंड रिवर्सल हो रहा है तो R5 और S5 शुड बी अचीव्ड ईदर द सेम सेशन और इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. अगर नाउ लेट्स से दोनों सेशन में अचीव नहीं हुआ, फॉर एग्जांपल बैंक निफ्टी ने यहाँ पे क्लोज दिया, नाउ यू आर कंफ्यूज्ड कि ट्रेंड क्या है, क्योंकि अभी S5 अचीव नहीं हुआ है, तो यू कैन नॉट से ट्रेंड इज बेरिश. और लेट्स से इस दिन बैंक निफ्टी ऐसे करके ऊपर चली गई, तो आई वोंट से ट्रेंड इज बेरिश इवन दो इट हैज ब्रोकन S4. जब तक S5 अचीव नहीं होता है, आई कैन नॉट से ट्रेंड हैज रिवर्स्ड. ओके, आई हैव रिपीटेड दिस 5 times now. सिंपल एज दैट, बेसिक है. ओके, 2 सेशंस का वेट करना है, एक करंट सेशन, एक नेक्स्ट सेशन. दोनों सेशन में अगर अचीव हुआ तो ठीक है, ट्रेंड रिवर्स्ड. नहीं अचीव हुआ, ट्रेंड इज स्टिल सेम. सिंपल. ओके, R4 broke at the day's end and S4 broke at the day's end and we got gap down. So should we short on S4 for S5? No, मैंने बोला है short करना है S4 पे. ठीक है, अगर कुछ है स्ट्रैटेजी, ट्रेड है, तो I'll tell you स्ट्रैटेजी. ठीक है, don't randomly take any trades. ब्रेकडाउन कैसे ट्रेड करना है, I'll tell you that. ठीक है, don't worry. ठीक है, तो ये चीज हो गया. ओके, सिंपल है. ट्रेंड कैसे रिवर्स होता है एंड एवरीथिंग. तो यहाँ पे जैसा आई टोल्ड यू, सिंस ट्रेंड इज बुलिश इन बैंक निफ्टी, आई विल लुक फॉर बुलिश ट्रेड्स. ठीक है, यहाँ पे ट्रेंड बेरिश हो गया, मुझे यहाँ पे कंफर्मेशन मिल गया इस दिन पे कि ट्रेंड हैज टर्न टू बेरिश. सो व्हाट विल आई डू नाउ? आई विल सेल द पुलबैक्स. अब अगले दिन यहाँ पे पुलबैक आया. ठीक है, अगले दिन यहाँ पे पुलबैक आया. ठीक है, बैंक निफ्टी केम टू आवर रेजिस्टेंस जोन. वी सॉ दिस कैंडल टेकिंग अ बिट ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस. यहाँ पे यू कैन सी द शैडो. ठीक है, now tell me, would you go short here? Tell me, would you go short here? ठीक है, ये आंसर मत देना कि no, कोई कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न नहीं मिला या something like that. ठीक है, that answer is not valid. If you will go short or not, tell me first. Okay, don't tell me okay, so yes, I will trade. Some people say no according to the strategy. Yes. Okay, if though whoever is saying no, just tell me why. Don't give me the reason as candlestick pattern नहीं मिला या stop loss अच्छा नहीं है. Those are the wrong answers. ठीक है, रजत has given the correct answer. I doubt he is not from this batch. तो ठीक है, See, the reason you'll not go short. See, someone answered this in the chat box. According to the strategy, yes, perfect answer है वो. ठीक है, strategy के हिसाब से we should go short, क्योंकि trend bearish है. ठीक है, तो अगर bearish trend होता है तो क्या करते हैं हम? We sell at the resistance zone. So according to the strategy, yes, we should short, but we will not. Why? Because what we will do here is, if you are taking a trade on a smaller time frame, this is a 15-minute time frame, and this is the daily pivots. So they are not that accurate. They are very volatile. So to increase the accuracy of this setup, what you will do is 15-minute के time frame में daily pivot का trend check करने से पहले you will check the weekly trend. What is the weekly trend? Weekly trend is bullish. So since the weekly trend is bullish, I will not take any short trades in the daily trend. Simple. Make a note of it. Okay? Note, if you write it, your doubts will be automatically cleared. Okay? Write it. If the weekly trend is bullish, we will not take any short trades in the daily pivots. So that means we will not sell at the resistance zone in the daily pivots. Why? Because the weekly trend is bullish. तो अगर डेली ट्रेंड बेरिश हो गया है एंड वीकली बुलिश है, सो वी आर इन अ नो ट्रेड जोन अकॉर्डिंग टू द डेली पिवट्स. ठीक है, सो दैट्स व्हाई अगर इवन दो बैंक निफ्टी यहाँ पे बेरिश ट्रेंड आ गया, इट इज कमिंग टू दिस रेजिस्टेंस जोन, आई वोंट सेल, आई विल सिट, बिकॉज आई नो I'm not going to short Bank Nifty for this entire week. तो simple सी बात है, what you have to do, you have to check the weekly trend. अगर weekly trend bullish है, I will only take bullish trades. Simple सी बात है. Right now Bank Nifty is bullish, I will not short Bank Nifty. I will not short Bank Nifty in any time frame. Intraday हो, swing हो या कुछ भी हो. Specifically it's intraday and swing. So for intraday and swing trade, I will not short Bank Nifty. Why? Because the weekly trend is bullish. So until it is bullish, I will maintain the stance of bullish. Simple. Okay. Simple rule, note this down again. If the weekly trend is bullish, I will only take bullish trades intraday as well as swing. If the weekly trend is bearish, I will only take bearish trades intraday or swing. So automatically, even though our setup and our strategy says yes कि यहाँ पे short करो क्योंकि daily trend bearish है, this is resistance zone, so go and short, we will not do it. Why? Because the higher time frame trend is bearish. अब एक doubt आएगा, एक question आएगा, तो यश should we do the same thing for hourly time frame as well? अभी जैसे बैंक निफ्टी का जो आर्ली टाइम फ्रेम है, दैट इज वीकली ट्रेंड इज बुलिश, तो यहाँ पे भी लॉन्ग ट्रेड या शॉर्ट ट्रेड लेने से पहले शुड आई गो एंड चेक द हायर टाइम फ्रेम ट्रेंड दैट इज डेली? दिस इज ऑन यू. इफ यू वांट टू डू इट, बट स्पेसिफिकली दिस इज नॉट अ रूल. ठीक है, स्पेसिफिकली दिस इज नॉट अ रूल, क्योंकि ये वीकली ट्रेंड है, ये ऑलरेडी हायर टाइम फ्रेम ट्रेंड है, तो इंडिविजुअली इट इज ऑलरेडी स्ट्रॉन्ग. ठीक है, इंडिविजुअली दिस इज ऑलरेडी स्ट्रॉन्ग इनफ टू यूज इट इंडिविजुअली. 15 मिनट का टाइम फ्रेम या डेली पिवट्स इंडिविजुअली आर नॉट स्ट्रॉन्ग बिकॉज दे चेंज डेली एंड दैट इज अ वॉलेटाइल पीरियड. दैट्स व्हाई हायर टाइम फ्रेम ट्रेंड इज नेसेसरी. 1 hour time frame and weekly pivots are individually strong, so you can use them individually, that is fine. But if you want to take the confirmation of the higher time frame trend, तो क्या करोगे? मंथली ट्रेंड चेक करोगे. मंथली ट्रेंड बेरिश है, तो मैं क्या करूंगा? I will not take any bullish trades in the weekly time frame, and I will also not take any bullish trades in the 15-minute time frame. ठीक है, but this is something I don't do it, and I don't suggest it as well. If you want to do it, check the accuracy, do it. You're open to doing it. This is something I don't do it. Okay, because doesn't make much sense. Okay. Individually इसको use करना है, use it. That is fine. You can use this monthly pivots individually. That is fine. No doubts in that. ठीक है. But इसको analyze करने के बाद उस analysis को इस पे apply करना on weekly pivots, that won't make much sense. Okay. ठीक है. तो ये clear है. सो स्ट्रैटेजीज अभी भी सिर्फ हमने दो ही यही सीखी है कि ट्रेंड बुलिश है तो बाय करना है, ट्रेंड बेरिश है तो सेल करना है. बस एक एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट आई हैव मेंशन्ड कि अगर इंट्राडे ट्रेड कर रहे हो स्टॉक और इंडेक्स तो चेक द वीकली ट्रेंड एंड उसी के डायरेक्शन में टेक द ट्रेड्स. ओके, दैट्स इट. बेसिक, सिंपल. ओके, सो विद दिस आई एम डन विद द सेशन एंड एवरीथिंग. आई हैव शोन यू द एग्जांपल्स एंड एवरीथिंग एज वेल. ओके, so if there are no doubts you can leave. I'll see you at the same time mostly tomorrow at 9. Okay, I'll just inform in the group. If there are doubts you can stay back and I'll start answering the doubts in at 10:45. Okay, it's already 43, 10:46 or 45. I'll just come back in 2-3 minutes. Okay, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.